Hi everybody, it's Thursday afternoon. I'm here for your happy hour session. We're going to do a 45-minute beginner focused Pilates workout today. I'm going to do a special emphasis on tight hamstrings. I'm going to try to work in quite a few exercises that also help you to stretch your hamstrings while strengthening your legs and other parts of your body. So expect a little bit of a hamstring focus. The only bit of equipment that we're going to use today is a long resistance band. So if you do have one at home, grab your band. If you don't happen to have one, you still can do most of the exercises without the band. But if you have it, go ahead and grab it. We're going to start standing up. So come to the end of your mat with the whole of your mat in front of you. Have a look at your feet. Toes and heels should be in a line like train tracks. Draw the abdominals in and squeeze your glutes. Lift the glutes up the back of your legs, shoulders down, away from your ears. Lift the arms up with a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, come up onto your toes. Draw your heels together, squeeze the inner thighs. And then reach your arms out to the side as you lower your heels back down to the mat. Chin to your chest, round the spine, and roll yourself all the way down for our first hamstring stretch. We're going to hang there for a moment, wrap the hands around the backs of the legs, lift the chest slightly, and then as you breathe out, drop the chest down towards the knees. Again, inhale, lift the chest slightly, and then exhale, draw that chest down towards your knees. Now bend your knees, get your hands to the mat, and slowly walk your hands forward, coming out into a plank. We're going to hold there, just do one push-up, inhale down, exhale up, then come back into your downward dog, press into your heels, walk your hands back. So you come back to your hamstring stretch, bend the knees, round the spine, roll yourself slowly back up, so articulating every joint in your spine, shoulders and head out last. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then again, exhale into your balance. And we go for a nice long spine, long legs, reaching your arms out to the side, chin to your chest, rounding the spine to roll down over those legs. Again, we're going to hang here for a moment. This time we're going to completely bend your knees, get your chest down on top of the knees, and then breathe out, straighten the legs back out. Let's do that again. Bend your knees, rest your chest on top of the knees, get your thighs parallel to the floor. So a really low squat, hands on the mat, and straighten the legs all the way out. One more time, breathe in, bend the knees, and then breathe out, straighten up the legs, hold. Now just soften the knees, just enough to get the hands down to the mat, and then walk your hands forward as you breathe out. Holding there. This time we're going to lower the knees down. I want you to lift your toes up and drop your hips a little bit, and then come up and come into, let's do 4 push-ups here. 4 modified push-ups. Inhale down, exhale up. Shoulders stay away from the ears, core stays strong. Last 2, and lift, and 1. Press the mat away, shoulders down. Tuck those toes under, lift the knees up. And again, just hold your downward dog stretch here. Tailbone reaching up to the ceiling. Head between your arms, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine. Roll yourself slowly up to standing. Just restacking one vertebra on top of the other. One more inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale into your balance. Hold your balance now. We're going to turn to the left. Keep the hips facing forward, turn the shoulders, try to narrow the waist, try to stay as high as you can. Inhale, come back to the center. Turn to the right. If you lose your balance, just keep jumping back into it. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist. And center. Last twist. And center. And then reach your arms out to the side. Drop your heels down. Drop your chin. One last time, rounding the spine and hang over your legs. Nod the head. Shake the head side to side. And then bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. And then bend the left knee with the right leg straight. And just note which of those legs feels a little bit tighter. Or maybe they're exactly the same. But most people usually have one leg that's a little bit stronger, but also a little bit tighter, less flexible. So the upside of being less flexible is that it usually means that you're stronger on that same muscle. And we're going to bend the knees, get your hands to the mat. One more time, walking forward out into your plank. This time, we're going to lift the right leg up. Drop the knee under the body to the opposite elbow. And again, lift. Reach that toe to the top of the wall behind you, then lower. One more here. Lift and lower. Back into your plank. 3 times on the other side. Now, if that feels too much, just hold your plank. You don't have to add the movements. Lift and lower. Last one. Up and down into your plank. Drop the knees and sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms, rest your head. Drag your hands back. Lace the fingers behind the back. Big stretch here. All right, spin yourself around. And you come down onto your back. We're going to pull the knees into the chest. Now hold the right knee and stretch your left leg long. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Nose reaching towards that knee. Then switch the legs. So this is a strong exhale with each knee pull. Staying here for 8 and 7. Lower back imprinted into the mat. Belly button pulled in tight. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to pull both knees in. Take your hands behind your head and breathe out. Stretch the legs long. Breathe in, bend the knees. Keep the head and shoulders high up off the mat. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Now if that feels too strong, just do single legs out and back. Alternate out and back. Otherwise, we go 2 more times with both legs. Last one. And then we take the shoulders back. Draw the knees in. Now we're going to come back to our hamstrings again. So lifting those toes up, just rubbing the backs of the legs just to really get those muscles nice and warm. The warmer they are, the more they're going to stretch. Now I'm going to take the hands behind the head, shoulders up, and drop your left leg all the way to the mat. Right leg goes halfway down. We're going to circle the right leg. 4, 3, 2, and hold. So you can get the shoulders a little higher. Reverse your circles. 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now lift your lower leg up and just hang there for 4. Stretch both legs a little longer. 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down, bend the knees. Lift the toes up. Get that lovely stretch. Hands behind the head. Head and shoulders come up off the mat. Drop the right leg down. Left leg goes a little lower, and then small circles. Again, just 4, 3. Look at the pelvis. Try to keep the hips perfectly still. Last one. Stretch the leg a little longer. Reverse your circles. 4 the other way. 3, 2, and 1. We hover that lower leg up. Keep your lower back close to the mat. Hang there for 4. Draw the belly button in. 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders down. Knees in and breathe. Again, toes up to the ceiling. Head and shoulders come up off the mat. We're going to come into our scissors now. So I'm going to hold the right leg as you let the left leg drop down. Do a double pull. Pull, pull. Switch the legs. Pull, pull. So it's a double exhale. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose. Stay there. 8. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Lower back pressing into the mat. Last 4. Legs long and straight. 3, and 2, and 1. Shoulders down, knees in, and just circle the knees around, relaxing that lower back. Good. So the next is our roll-up. It's one of my favorite exercises. I throw it into most classes. But what I love about it is it's stretching as much as it is strengthening. It also really focuses on control. So we get that lovely hamstring stretch as you stretch forward, breathe in, and articulates, focuses on posture. So do that straight back, and then breathing out, focusing on your abdominals as you roll yourself back down to the mat. Again, always lengthening as we strengthen, stretching and strengthening in tandem. Stretching forward, straightening the back. And then strengthening as we roll down. Inhale. So that's really the key to Pilates. It's not just about brute strength. It's about finding balance between stretching and strengthening. Now this time we're going to come halfway back. And I'm going to hold here. Shoulders down. Belly button in. Go an inch lower. Hold. A little lower. And then see if you can just hover those legs up and down for 4. If it doesn't feel good to lift the legs up, feel free just to hold here with the legs down. Last one, feet come down and roll the upper body down. Take a big breath in. And then one more time, hands, head, spine, peeling up. Reach forward, stretch over those legs. Breathe in, articulate into your straight back. And then breathe out, come halfway back. Hold, squeeze the inner thighs together. Go an inch lower, hold. Shoulders away from the ears. 1 more inch, just hang here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then come all the way back. Wrap your hands around your knees, pull your knees into your chest, and breathe. Good. All right, lift the knees up to tabletop. We're in a neutral spine, so a little bit of a gap under the lower back. So I just like to slide my fingertips under the lower back just to make sure I've got the right amount of space, not too big of an arch, not too small, not tucking that tailbone. So everything's perfect. Draw the belly button in, a little bit of a pelvic floor lift, and then we're gonna lower the right foot. Just keep that foot flat and rest that foot on the mat, but don't put all of your weight into it. Take your left foot down. Both the heel and the toes are on the mat. Lift the right knee up. Lift your left knee up. Keep your rib cage down. Keep the belly button pulled in. But again, maintain that neutral spine. So imagine you have a very ripe strawberry under your lower back, and you're trying not to squish it. Keep moving those feet. Right foot down, left foot down. Keep your hands laying across your abdomen so nothing bulges up as you move the legs. Generally exhaling as you move. You can take little sips of breath as you hold. Exhale, lift. And lift. Let's just do one more time. Right foot down, left foot down, right knee up, left knee up. Now hold there. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Sink your shoulders down into the mat and extend your right arm and your left leg. So that right arm reaches behind you, the thumb touches the floor, and then come back to our starting point. Think about that ripe strawberry again under the lower back. So just make sure that that little gap isn't too big, and then you're also not kind of pressing the lower back down into the mat. Let's do 4 more. Right arm, left leg, slow, controlled movements. Core scooping in. Left arm, right leg, and back. Last 2. Reach and lift. And 1 and lift. Now we're going to challenge the balance a little bit. Drop your knee out to the side. My left knee is reaching to the side while my right arm opposite way. Come back to your starting point, and left arm, right knee out to the side. So it's opposite arm and leg. Probably a little bit tricky to see. I'm just going to turn myself on the camera so you can get a better sense of what's happening here. One arm and leg out and back. Keeping that pelvis still thinking about that ripe strawberry. Again, trying not to smush it. And lift. Let's go one more time each way. So again, we lock one knee and one arm in place as the other arm and leg move. Out and back. Good. Take the feet down to the mat. Take your hands down. We're going to lift the head, knees in. So we've squished our strawberry. Roll yourself up. Stretch your legs out and just fold over those legs, wrapping around the arches of your feet. Good. Okay, so changing positions now. We're going to come to all fours. Imagine you've got a teacup sitting in the middle of the back. Draw your abdominals in so you've got teacup on your back and a tall candle underneath you. So we're just drawing this in, but not rounding out the spine. We're going to extend your right arm and your left leg. So really stretch the fingers, stretch the toes, and then reach that hand and foot out to the side. Come back to the center. Imagine you're wiping off a shelf, going out to the side, finding that stability through the back, through the shoulders, through the hips as you move the arm and leg in opposite directions. 2 more here, breathing out and in. Last one, reach the corners of the mat, back in line with your hip and shoulder, and then down to the mat. Transfer the weight without a big shift of the body, changing sides. It's about transferring the weight without swinging one way or the other. Again, hand and foot reaching out to the corners and a little bit beyond of that mat. Without moving the shoulders, without moving the hips. Don't let the hand drop down to the floor. Don't let the foot drop down to the floor. Again, like you're wiping off a shelf that's level with the shoulder and the hip. Both the foot and the hand swiping out to the side and back to the center, and then come down to all fours. Now, we're going to stretch just the right leg out. Lift the leg up, squeeze the glute, and lower. Again, no movement through the spine as that leg goes up. Stay there for 6. Keep pressing the mat away. Try to really lengthen, lift that spine between your shoulder blades. Last 2 and 1. Now bend the knee, sole the foot up to the ceiling, kind of kick that heel into the seat, pulse up. 8, 7, squeeze that right glute with each lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now turn the knee out, point the toes, circle the knee. 4, 3. Again, we keep that spine and the pelvis perfectly still. We can still have that cup of tea sitting in the middle of the back so we're not tilting into that left side. Reverse your circles. 5 the other way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stretch that toe out to the corner of the mat. Drop the right hip slightly, shoulders down, and then lengthen through that right leg as you lift and lower. High to low. Really squeezing that muscle at the top of the movement. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. Hold the last one up. Take a little higher and then small circles, just 4 each way. Leg long and strong. Last 2 and 1. Reverse your circles 4 the other way. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knee down. Sit back onto your heels. Round your spine. Stretch your arms. Stretch your back. Good. Now coming to the other side. Shoulders down. Lift the spine up between the shoulder blades. Extend your left leg back. Foot is flexed. Belly button's pulled in tight. Lift and lower. High to low. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one up. Now bend the knee, sole the foot up to the ceiling. Make sure that heel is pulling in towards your bum and pulse up from there. Big lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now point the toe, turn the knee out, turn the toes in to get that rotation. Check your upper body and still lifting that spine between the shoulder blades. Big circles. 5, 4, think up and around. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. 5 the other way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now extend that left leg out. Take the toe to the corner of the mat. Right hip over the right knee. Left hip clicks slightly down to the mat. Then lift that leg. Squeeze at the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up, squeeze, hold, and lower. 6 more. Again, make sure the head isn't hanging down. Lift that spine between the shoulder blades. Zip the belly button in, lifting your lower back. Feel that twitch of the muscle with each lift, so making each one count. Last one, we hold the leg up, stretch the leg a little longer. Little circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that left knee. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms. Rest your head. And breathe. And then drag your hands back to sitting back onto your heels. Once you're sitting up all the way straight, just roll your shoulders out a couple of times. Roll them forward. And then we're going to change positions. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water. So we're going to stay with our leg focus here. And of course, coming back to our hamstrings. Now is when we're going to use that resistance band, if you have it. If you don't happen to have a resistance band, you can also grab a belt. That will also work with this particular exercise. So you're going to keep your elbows down on the mat and use that band to help you get that right leg as straight as possible. Keep some tension on that band. So there's a little bit of stretch in the band. It's not completely slackened off. Now I'm going to exhale. So first of all, check that your left heel is right under your left knee. It's not kind of down here at the end of the mat. We can kind of drag it in as much as possible. You're going to breathe out, lift the hips up. Inhale, lower the hips back down. Lift and lower. Really pull your toes in towards your body. So strong flex foot. The more you pull your toes in, the more you feel that hamstring stretching. Stay there for 5. Keep the shoulders really relaxed. 4. So we're strengthening the left leg as we're stretching the right leg. Last 2. Now we try to hold this last one up. Now, if you're definitely a beginner, you may prefer to have your hips down on the mat. If you want a little bit more challenge, if this feels too easy, try to lift the hips up. We're going to breathe out, lower that leg down just past the left knee and then back up to the ceiling. So getting the 90-degree range of motion as you drop the leg down and up. Stay there for 5. So again, either hips are up, level 2 or level 1, hips stay down on the mat. Either way, aim for 3 more. Last 2, and lift. 1, lift and hold, and then change legs. So left foot goes into that band, right foot directly beneath your right knee, close to your hip, shoulders down. Inhale, and then breathe out. Lift the hips up, lower them back down. High to low. Stay there for 8 and 7. Last 6 and 5. 4 more. 3, 2. We're going to hold the last one up. Breathe out, lower that leg down. Breathe in, lift it back up. Again, you have that option to drop the hips down. You want to keep it quite a lower level. The hips stay on the mat. higher levels, hips are up off the mat, staying in your shoulder bridge as you move that left leg down towards the floor, then up to the ceiling. Let's aim for 3 more. Breathing out and in. Last 2. And lift. 1 more. Lift and hold, and then drop the hips down to the mat. Again, I want you to place both feet into your band and then cross your band. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky to do if you don't have a band. You can try to go through the motions, but if you don't have a band, you may just kind of just make your movement a little bit smaller with this one, because actually here the band is supporting you as you lower those legs down, then lift them all the way back up. If you don't have a band, your legs probably won't go quite as low as that. And lift. Breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you lift. Stay there for 4. And 3. And also if your band is shorter than my band, your hands may be up here. That's okay. Whatever length you have. I always say if you are buying a new band, better to get one that's really long or get a whole roll and cut them yourself. They don't necessarily last forever. Now, with your next one, we're going to lower those legs down as you lift your head, lift your spine, and sit up perfectly long and straight. Grab your band closer towards your feet. Sit up as tall and straight as you can, and then pull your elbows together behind you. And we have that little X in the band. We've crossed the band between your feet and your hands. So there's like there should be an X between your hands and your feet. So it just gives you a chance to really pull the arms apart. It's like you're pulling apart and wrapping around. Grow a little taller. Keep the belly button in tight, narrow waist to support that lower back. Good. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Now extend the arms, lean back, pull your knees through your band. So the band is a little bit wide, and we're going to stretch the band and bend the knees. Extend and bend. Keep going. Let's aim for 6 just to show what's happening with the band. Just out and in. Out, knees together, feet together. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1. Now, final stretch. If you can, try to lift your legs up. Pull your arms back. That lovely teaser pose. And then just slowly lower the feet. And then use that band to pull those feet in as you fold over your legs. Good. Okay, let's drop the band and come onto your side. Prop your head up onto your elbows, shoulders back, core strong. So just take your hand, rest it across your lower abdominals, and just draw the belly button in. Just check that your hips are stacked one on top of the other, that we're not rolling back to that back wall. And then lift both legs up off the mat. Now we're going to lift the top leg up and down. 8 lifts, high to low. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Now is where our hamstrings can come into place. I want you to lower the bottom leg and slightly bend that knee so you have a little bit more stability. We're going to kick the top leg forward. Feel that stretch. Take it back. Go up and down. Kick forward, back, up and down. It's like you're cutting a capital L in through the air. Make sure the foot stays in line with your hip and you get that stretch each time you kick the foot forward. There's no movement through your spine. Try to keep a nice neutral spine. Keep the stability. Stay there for 4. Back, up, down. Core strong. 3, just to support that stability. Support the lower back. Last 2. Back, up, down. Now we're going to hold the next one for little kicks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the leg back in. We're going to lift that lower leg up. Shoulders back. Reach from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Bend the knee. Point the knee to the ceiling. Kick the toe up to the ceiling. Flex your foot. Heels come back together. Knee to ceiling. Toe to ceiling. Flexed foot. Heels back together. Keep the length from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. Lower leg hovering up off the mat. Last one in this direction. Stretch that hamstring and then heels together, point your toes. Squeeze your glutes a little bit just to take the hips slightly forward and then lift that top leg up, bend your knees, sweep the toe along the lower leg and squeeze. Lift bend, and squeeze. It's with the lift that we get that hamstring stretch. Really try to kick that foot as high as you can. If those hamstrings are tight, just get right to that edge of your ability, at that kind of edge of your range of motion, and then see if you can just push it 1 inch further. So like kick, reach, and down, and sweep. Kick, reach, down, and sweep. Last one, let that leg kick a little further, bend, and extend. Now drop your head, extend your arm, lift this top arm up to the ceiling. Zip your belly button in tight. Both feet are up off the mat. We lift the top of this a little bit higher and do some small circles here. Keep your breath flowing. So a lot of people ask me about breathing with Pilates. The first rule of Pilates breathing is never to hold your breath. So always just make sure that the breath is flowing. Good. Reverse your circles. Good. The second rule of Pilates breathing is when something is exerting, you should generally be exhaling. Now this one, you just need to keep the breath flowing because there's no point at which it's more of an exertion. You're just doing this flowing circles. Now with the next one, we're going to flex the feet. You're going to breathe out. That's where our exertion is as we lift that leg up. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, low. So generally you breathe out as you lift something up away from the mat. Inhale as it comes kind of resisting back down through gravity. Good. All right, we're going to finish on this side. Just a few scissors before we finish. Again, try to keep your legs straight. Try to keep the legs long. Keep your pelvis still. Keep your ribs still. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back together. Drop the feet down. Slide your knee forward. Hand from the head holds the knee. And reach the other arm out behind you. Just looking over that shoulder. Trying to connect the back of the hand to the floor. Circle it up over your head, around the body, down past your legs. And again, back. Holding there, knocking everything out of the way. Reverse your circle. We'll do one big circle the other direction. Dragging the fingertips along the floor. And now take your knees back together and change sides. So I just do top to tail on your mat. Take your head to the opposite end. Your feet to the other end. Prop your head up. Pull the shoulders back. Again, zip the core in. Check that your hips are stacked one on top of the other and both legs come up off the mat. We're going to flex the feet. Lift and lower. So breathe out as you lift, in as you lower. Stay there for 5 and 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to drop that lower leg, slight bend in the knee. Top foot is in line with your hip. We're going to breathe out. Kick it forward, back, lift up and down. Again, kick forward, back, up and down. Getting that hamstring stretch with your kick. Try to get the foot right in line, kind of level with your hip in front of you. Up and down, drawing that capital L shape. Don't let the foot sink down towards the mat. Again, always resisting gravity. Imagine it rolling along a track in line with the hip. 2 more, keep the pelvis still and your spine. Last one, kick forward, back, up and down. Now swing that leg forward. We're going to do 8 little kicks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the leg back in line with the hip. Lift your lower leg up. Roll your shoulders back to stretch your body a little longer. Knee points up to the ceiling. Then lift the toe up to the ceiling. Flex your foot, heels back together. So again, we lift the knee, point the knee to the ceiling. Try to turn that hip out. Stretch your leg, stretch the hamstring, heels, then draw it back together. Lower leg stays up off the mat. 4 more. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep your neck really long. Collarbone nice and open. Breath flowing. Last 2. And reach 1 more. Bend, extend, and reach. Point the toe. Restack the hips. Check your shoulders are down. Reversing the movement. Lift that leg up with straight leg. Bend the knee. Sweep the heels back together. Lift, kick, bend, and sweep. Again, an opportunity to get a little more length in those hamstrings. As you lift that leg up, find the end of your range of motion. Try to kick an inch further. Down and back. So lift, reach, bend, extend. Last 2. Lift, bend, and sweep. 1 more. Lift, bend, and as you extend the leg, drop your head, drop the hand, take the shoulder back. Hand up to the ceiling. Top leg a touch higher. Lower leg stays up off the mat. Lower leg is strong and tight. So those muscles are working even though that leg isn't moving. Top leg just doing small circles back towards the back wall. Keep the belly button in tight. You may want to take your hand down. Just check that everything's pulling in, supporting that lower back. And reverse your circles. Let's do 8 the other way. 7, 6. Again, breath flowing. 3, 2, and 1. Flex the feet. Now we exhale to lift the leg. Inhale to lower. So get that core a little stronger. We generally tighten the abdominal muscles as we breathe out. So you always want to have those abdominal muscles strong when the limb is going away from the body. Last 2. And we're exerting ourselves. And 1. Now to finish on this side, we just scissor the legs. 8, 7, 6. Think rib to hip connection. So keep that core strong. Both legs straight. Reaching to the ends of the mat, the edges of the mat. That's 2, 1. Legs back together, and then drop your feet down. Slide your top knee forward. Hand that comes under the head holds that knee. The other arm reaches behind. Look over your shoulder. Back of the hand touches the floor. And then circle the arm all the way around. Trying to sweep along your mat, floor. Good. Let's reverse that circle. One big circle the other way. Good. We're going to take the knees back together. Come up to sitting. And then stretch your legs out in front of you. So we're going to come into it's a bit like a ballet stretch. Now, if you don't get your legs perfectly straight, just try to ease the backs of your knees down. Pull your toes in. Just jiggle those legs a little bit. And just kind of sink the knees down. Now, sit as tall as you can. Think straight out the top of the head. Narrow waist. We're going to breathe out. Slide your left hand along your right leg. Reach that pinky towards the pinky toe. The back arm reaches behind you. Look to the back wall. Then breathe in. Hands behind the head. Lengthen up so you can try and pull your head off. Nice long neck. Turn the other way. Reach the arm out towards that ankle. Reaching the pinky towards your pinky toe. Inhale back. Lift, lengthen. Twist. Slide the hand down the outside of the leg. Get as close to that foot as you can. Add that twist. Turning the shoulders, inhale, lengthen each time. Turn and reach. Try to keep both sit bones down on the mat. Twist and reach. Lift, lengthen, turn and reach. One more time each way. Lift, lengthen, get that twist and then stretch. Back. So this is called the saw. It's a classic Pilates move. It's about because your pinky is sawing off your pinky toe is why it's called that. Lift and lengthen, and now take your hands down to the front. Shoulders relax. Now I'm going to imagine we're stirring a big pot. So hands together, circling forward and around, and forward and around. 2 more here. Last one. Then we reverse the movement. 4 circles the other way. And 3, try to point those toes up to the ceiling. Try to get the backs of your knees down. Last 2. And 1. Good. Just draw the legs back together. Again, give them a little bit of a jiggle. Rock your hips a little bit side to side. Sit as tall as you can. Reach for your feet. Try to touch those toes. And just bend your elbows wherever you can get to. Turn onto the side. Okay, coming back to our strengthening for a moment. I want you just to cross your legs. If you're comfortable sitting with your legs crossed with a nice straight back. If you're not comfortable with legs crossed, you can be sitting up higher onto a block or a cushion or have your legs out as you just were for a V or in a diamond shape. Whatever feels most comfortable. A nice long spine. Now use your band if you have it. If you don't have a band and you do have a set of light weights, maybe grab your weights. If you don't have either, just use your arms and just squeeze. We're going to do our small circles back. Again, pick up that band if you have it. Aim for 2 sets of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. Sit tall, narrow waist. 4, 3, 2, and hold. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now breathe out. Lift the arms straight up to the ears. Breathe in, down to a T. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So again, we're tightening those abdominals as you breathe out to give you the power to lift those arms. So think about your breath like it bellows. Tightening the waist. And fill the lungs. Stay there for 4. Last 3. 2. And 1, and then slowly come all the way down. Roll your shoulders out, just releasing any tension that's built up through the shoulders or your neck. Take the hands in front of you, straighten up the back, nice long neck, zip the core in tight, breathe out as you lift the arms up and down. Lift and lower. So feeling the muscles that run along your spine on either side. That's what we're trying to work here. That's what we're strengthening. So squeeze those muscles. Imagine you're really toning, defining those muscles with each lift of the arms. So just feel that squeeze through the middle of your back. Should feel good. It should be pressure on the lower back. The abdominals are tight. Stay there for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Slowly, slowly lower those arms down. So again, roll out any tension. Okay, the last one in the series, pick up that band a little shorter. Elbows come into the sides of the rib cage. Roll your knuckles up to the ceiling. Open the shoulders wide and then reach your arms out. Corners of the room, I've just broken my band. Keep moving. Luckily, I don't need a long one for this one. We reach out and bend. Extend and bend. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold the next one up. Little pulse up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more sets of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the arms. Wrap the hands together behind your back. Lift the arms. Lift your chest. Look to the ceiling. And then lace the fingers in front. Palms forward. Round the spine. Look down towards your abdominals. Then lift the arms up to the ceiling. Shoulders away from your ears. Just lean to one side. And then over to the other side. Just release the hands and remove the band. And flip over onto your front. Luckily, we don't need the band until we stretch at the end. Now lie all the way down onto your front with your feet about hip-width apart. Elbows out to your sides. Draw the abdominals in. We're going to lift the chest and just lower straight back down. So imagine you're wearing a neck brace. So your ears and your shoulders are traveling at the same speed. Really reaching through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine, each chest lift. Stay there for 3 and 2. Last 1. Lower the chest down, extend your arms out to the corners of the mat with the thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to lift the right arm, left leg, and down, left arm, right leg. Again, lengthening, reaching through the fingers, reaching through the toes. As you lift that chest, lift the arm and the leg. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep both feet down on the mat. Zip your belly button up and away. Tilt your pelvis so the tailbone is reaching towards your heels. And then stretch the fingertips as you try to lift those arms up. Inhale down. Now if that feels too strong, you just drag the elbows in. Just lift the upper body, but keep your hands down on the mat. So our level 1. Hands stay down. Level 2, arms reach up as well as the chest. Stay there. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Now relax your upper body. Rest your chin on your hands. Draw your heels together. Knees out to the side. Again, scoop the belly button up and away. Lift those knees as high as you can off the mat. Now yours might only come up a millimeter. Doesn't really matter. As long as you're trying to lift the legs, you're going to be activating the muscles. So the important thing is that your heels are close to your hips, not down towards the end of the mat. So the soles of your feet, almost like they're reaching right up to the ceiling. Stay there for 4. And then the core stays strong because otherwise we arch too much into our lower back. Last 2. Hold this one up. Extend those legs out and bend the knees. So extend the legs. Bend the knees. Last 2 and 1. Now drop the feet down. Walk them in a little closer to each other. Lace the fingers together behind the back. Lift your chest. And then lower. Drop the hands. Lift the chest. Lace the fingers. Let's lift the legs this time. Let's squeeze the heels together. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale. Drop everything back down. Lift the chest. Lace the fingers at the heels. Lift everything. Lift the legs. Lift the chest. And release 2 more times. Chest up, head up, hands together, heels together. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down. Last one. Chest up, hands together, heels together. Lift up and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take your hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Just to stretch out your lower back. Rest your head on the mat. And breathe. Good. Now take your right hand to the right edge of your mat. Set your left hand on top. Reach those fingers to the right corner of the room as you sit back into your left heel. And then change sides. Left hand to the left edge of the mat. Right hand stacks on top. Sit back into your right heel as you stretch through those fingertips. And then come back to the center. Now flip yourself over onto your back. And we're going to do a reverse plank. So have your fingertips pointing towards your hips, your hands directly beneath your shoulders. I'm going to try to lift your hips up, breathing out. Squeeze the glutes, inhale, lower back down. Exhale, press into the hands, lift the hips up, look to the ceiling, and then inhale, lower back down. Let's aim for 2 more, breathing out as you lift, hold, inhale, lower back down to the mat. Last one, exhale, lift up and hold, stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then drop the hips back down. I'm going to turn this into a tricep exercise. That's the only upper body that we haven't done by bending your knees. We're going to start with our level 1. We just bend the elbows, pull them in towards each other, and then stretch the arms out. Bend and extend. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to dial this up to a level 2. Lift your hips up, squeeze the glutes, bend your elbows and extend. 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the hips back down, lift your chest, bend and extend. Coming back to our level 1 just for 6. 5 to go. Dial it back up to our level 2 in a moment. Last 2. And 1. Last set. I'm going to lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes. We're going to bounce down 3 times and then extend. Go 1, 2, 3, and lift. Go 2, 2, 3, and lift. Just 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and lift. Last one. Hold. 1, 2, 3, lift. And now try to swing your hips through your arms. Once they hit the mat, then we lift the arms up overhead. Pull the right elbow in. Lift your chin up. Breathe. Left hand comes back to meet those fingertips. Try to connect your fingertips into each other. Try to bind the fingertips together if you get that connection. And then changing sides. Left elbow pulls in, chin up. Try to get the right hand behind your back. Connect those fingertips. Hold there. And then cross the legs. Just come all the way down onto your back. I'm going to pick up that band. Okay. So wrap your band around your right foot and just climb up that band like you're climbing a rope. Again, if you don't have a band, you can either use your hand or use a belt or something, whatever you have to hand. Even a towel kind of wrapped around that foot will work. We're going to circle the leg. Try to make those circles fairly big. So we're trying to stretch, but also control the movement through your pelvis and through the rest of the body. Last 2, so you can make that circle a little bit bigger. 1, hold, reverse your circles. Let's go for 4 and 3, big circles. 2 and 1. Then just hold, pull that leg in, and then drop the leg out to the side for your inner thigh stretch. Keep your shoulders nice and wide. Keep your left hip on the mat. Take a big breath in to hold, and then breathe out. Just let it go. Cross the leg across the body for that nerve stretch of the outer thigh, keeping the right hip down, kick the heel away, get that leg as straight as you can, and again, just pulling that band. Breathe out, circle your foot a couple of times, both ways, and then again, pull. Come back to the center and switch to your left leg. Right leg out long, circle. Again, we're trying to make the circles start small, but then grow. Get a little bit bigger. Keep the stability through the pelvis. Keep the core strong to try to keep that pelvis from rocking too much. But feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Pull that leg to your body. Last 2 and 1. Reverse your circles. We'll do 6 the other way. 6 and 5. Last 4. 3. Shoulders sinking into the mat. It will help with the stability. Last 1. Just pull that band, drop the leg out to the side, keep the shoulders down, keep the right half of your rib cage down, right hip stays down. So that left foot goes close to the floor and up to your shoulder. Then change sides, cross the leg across the body, kick the heel away, get that leg straight. Keep the left hip down, circle the foot a couple of times, reverse. And then just pull that band in as you breathe out. Come back to the center, drop the band. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, hands loop around the back of your left thigh. Then try to tilt your pelvis forward a little bit as you pull your left knee into the chest. Keep your head down, keep your shoulders down, and use your right elbow to try to press your right knee away as you pull the left knee in. So getting that openness, getting that stretch through here, through your hip, through your glute. Big exhale. Then change legs, left ankle over the right knee, hands on the back of the right thigh, open the shoulders, pull the knee in. Big breath in, and then again, exhale. Let it go. Then drop both feet down to the mat, and roll over onto your right side, all the way over. Drop your chin to your chest, round the spine, breathing out. And then inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, arch the back. And then tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, breathe out, press into your heels, press the mat away, pedal through your feet, right heel down, left heel down. One more time, each way, right heel, left heel, both heels down, walk your hands back to your feet, wrap around the backs of the legs, your ankles, your calves, wherever you can reach, and then nod your head, yes. Shake the head, no. Drop the arms, bend the knees, round your spine, and roll yourself back up to standing. Just re-stepping one vertebra on top of the other, head coming up last. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears as you come into your balance. Hold, and then reach the arms out to the side, and just swing the arms to finish. Good. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hello, Boo. Hello, Ilaria. Wow, some names from the past. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. Enjoyed it. Take care.